Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday, and welcome to your weekly Facebook Live. Quick little adjustment there. And, oh, something off of the printer. Why did it not print? Okay, well, as you are getting notified that I'm live, I'm doing a little office work here. So hang on just a second. Let's see. I printed something to talk to you about and it's not on my printer. So I thought I printed it. I am freshly back from a very, very relaxing vacation. Oh my goodness. We had such an amazing time, and Cancun is beautiful. I'd never been before. The resort was gorgeous. Yeah, my husband and I, we were so blessed that we were able to go and be a part of our niece's wedding, which was absolutely beautiful. The entire 11-minute ceremony. It was pretty quick. But oh my gosh, it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Why are you not? Of course, now it's not going to cooperate for me. So we are going to just carry on with what I do have, and because I don't want to delay any further because we have lots to do today. And if you're watching the replay, thank you, and fast forward a little bit. So I'm going to introduce Club. I'm going to show you my ordering special for the free shipping offer that Stampin' Up! Has going on starting tomorrow. And then we're going to jump into October's edition of my Christmas card series. So let's talk about Club really quickly. I just posted the intro video. It's on my YouTube channel. You can hit over there. Of course, all of the links to all this information will be in the description of this video once the live has ended. So this is November's Club. Registration opened today and runs through November 20th. And kits will ship between November 25th and 27th. As long as there are no back order issues. I'm not expecting there to be any. Now, I will tell you that this suite of products, the entire suite is not available to order because there's a set of mini embossing folders that are not orderable right now. But you can order the bundle, which is what you need. You can order more of the paper if you want it. And then the ribbon is available. The gems are available. And I don't think that this is what goes with this suite. I think it's holographic dots, but this is what I chose to go with this. So, but the paper and the bundle are available. So Club is my monthly subscription kit by mail. It's $45 a month. You subscribe through my link and you get charged on the same day every month. And then I also have an option for if you just want to take a single month and try it out and see if you like it. So here are the 4 cards. You're going to make 2 of each, and there are 4 designs. Number 3, and then I typically always include a fun fold, and this is a new one for me. We haven't done this one before. So you get the card kits to make 8 cards with envelopes, a half a pack of paper, a full pack of gems, and a full bolt of the ribbon. And all of there's a full blog post that I will link to. And then I will also, on that blog post, you can also see the YouTube video where I go into a little more detail about it. Now, Stampin' Up! Let us know yesterday that they are offering free shipping. Woohoo! Anytime I don't have to pay for shipping, I'm a happy girl. I'm a happy shopper, and I'm going to be placing an order. For sure, at least one. But yeah, so starting tomorrow, October 22nd through October 24th, free shipping on orders of $75 or more. So as a thank you from me for choosing me as your demonstrator, with a $75 or more order, I'm going to send you a free card kit. And if you bump your order up to $100 or more, I'm going to send you another card kit. So quickly, I will just show you. This is my Christmas card class. So this is what you'll get, the pieces and parts to make these 4 cards with a free with a $75 order. And then if you bump it up to 100, I'll also include this card kit. So it's all using the Jar of Joy with the Sweet Jar Builder Punch. And yeah, so that is my thank you for ordering from me during the free shipping special offered by Stampin' Up. And I will send you a kit with your $75 order. And if your order is $100 or more, I will send you that second kit. So, hey, you guys, I see you jumping on. Please say hello. Let me know who's here watching with me. We're just about to get started. Now, I want to show you, we are using today the Festive Friends bundle. So, oops, I forgot to take that out of the plastic. So here is the Cutie Patootie little stamp set. You guys, if you know me, I love the little characters, and these are no exception. Here's the dies. I've got a couple of the dies pulled out because I'm prepping card kits because I have class this Saturday. If you want to join us, you can still get in on that, or you can also get a kit to go. Now, I did month or so ago, probably no, more like 2 months ago. Anyway, we did a swap with my upline. She always does a team swap, and I used the Festive Friends, and this was my card. I did a video on this and showed you how I made this, and I guess there's a lot of white. Okay, it was blurry, so I hope it looks okay to you guys. You guys might know that how much I'm in love with Secret Sea. I absolutely adore that color. So I did make this card, and then I taught my upline how to retreat the beginning of the month, and she asked me to teach one of the add-on classes, and so I, of course, said yes and used Festive Friends again. So this is what I taught at retreat, and then we did the little squatty card for our little squatty snowman. So there's 4 ideas, plus I'm going to share with you 4 more ideas today. So hopefully I will, by the end of the video, I will have convinced you that you need this bundle, and you could order it and get free shipping if you added maybe a couple more things, because I think the bundle is $51.25. Let's just double check real quick. Let me type in Festive, and if you spell it right, because you're not reaching, Festive Friend, it's $50.25. So you could add on either one of the papers that I'm using, or maybe a couple sets of blends. If you need help figuring out what to order or what to add on to get to that $75 mark, update. Okay. Then just reach out to me, and I'm happy to be a personal shopping for you. Hey, Miss Gail, how are you? So glad to see you. Facebook Live today is the card class. You got yours to go. So this is Christmas card class. These cards are different. I had a couple people ask me that. These cards are different from what I did at retreat. So this is going to make after I do these 4, you're going to have 8 ideas using this bundle. So, and then at the end, I hope you'll tell me which one you like. So here's the first one, and we're just going to jump right in. I've done most of the stamping. We'll do some coloring, but I didn't want this video to be too long. So, let's get going. All right. So this is Poppy Parade, and you've got, now when you get your kit, there's 2 pieces of white, and the bigger one is what is intended for the inside. So let's put this on the inside. Now, of course, you can stamp this first if you want. I'm just going to get this on the inside here. These little guys are so stinking cute. Okay, so let's put that on the inside. I just wanted to do that first so that you would know that you've got those two pieces. Okay, so let's do some quick coloring. I've got Pool Party, Poppy Parade, and Timid Tiger. So for his little nose, we're just gonna do a little Timid Tiger. And I wanted these to be quick and simple. I'm not doing any shading at all. You, of course, can color your little guys however you want. So I just like to outline these bigger areas first, then to help me stay in the lines. I like the imagery here because the stamped lines are rather large, and so it helps with going outside of the lines because you have such a thick outline that the artist drew. So I like that. And so we're just going to quickly color this in, and then I might switch over to the other tip. I'm going to be replacing quite a few blends with that free shipping special that starts tomorrow. I need quite a few. Oh, we also need to do his little scarf. So cute. This is Gail. This is card class. That's it's in person on Saturday, and I know you got a to-go kit, so thank you. So this is your tutorial. Now you do get a little inspiration sheet that has measurements, photos, and a supply list, and then it'll have the link to this video. Okay. And then I don't know if you were here in the very beginning, Gail, but I'll put a link to it in the description. But I introduced Club today. I also sent out a couple of emails. And now I like to take, on these white images, I like to just take a little bit. This is the light pool party, to just kind of go around and make it look like you didn't forget to color them. And that's going to fade off into the background, and it's just really going to make it pop. It just really makes it pop off the page, in my opinion. Okay, now that's done. So this is also helping me check my card kits, my card buckets. So let's put this together. All of these pieces are cut and die cut for you. So you'll get a piece of white to stamp and then die cut your little characters. But everything else is done for you. And I'll give you a little piece of the linen thread too. These are all going to go down flat because we're going to pop up our label and our little snowman. And this is going to go in the center here. Okay, and then we've got these two pieces. This is a bit of a tighter fit. Oh, you saw my secret. I wanted to show you that, you know, everything's gone up in price, right? Including our crafting supplies. So when I have, now I don't do this for my classes, but I wanted to show you so that when you're doing it home and you want to save on a little bit of cardstock, this is going to cover this up. So I needed a tree, so I cut my piece and then I just die cut my piece that I needed out of the center. And then when I put these together, no one will be the wiser. It'll be just between us. Nobody else will know. And then this is going to go down. And then that saves me a little bit of cardstock, right? And this is a skinny border, but it's not that skinny. There we go. Sometimes I really like those little skinny borders. And if you don't like that, they're hard for you to line up, or you just don't like that look, then you just cut it. It's 1/8 of an inch. You could just cut it 1/4 of an inch. And then this one is going to go down like this, and it spans from the top of to the DSP to the bottom of the DSP. So for placement purposes, and I went in about 1/4 of an inch. And that's going to go on just like that. Now, this paper I wanted to show you comes in, I've got the package right here so I can tell you what it was. This is called Silent Snowfall, and it's 12 by 12. I'll show you the piece that I've already been cutting from for class prep, but you get 6 sheets of it. And it's already, I know it's, oh, there we go. Perfect. It's already got the embossing on there with those snowflakes. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And then if you wanted the deboss side, you just turn it over. And you could color down this with, with blending brushes, and it would be absolutely gorgeous. It wouldn't be like the emboss resist. It would color the whole thing, but I think it would be absolutely beautiful. I just love this. I thought it was stunning, and I was so excited to get it and try it. So what I did was I took, the dies are not going to be on here. Let me grab it. These are dies from the Festive Friends. So there's the label, and here are the snowflakes. They're cut together, or they're together. They cut separate. So I cut my piece, or my strip. I die cut this, but at the same time, I laid these on here and cut the whole thing out. I cut them at the same time. Now this will be done for you in your, it's great, great paper, right? This will be done for you, but what I want you to be careful with is that these are now die cut, so they might fall out, you know, during packaging, but they'll both be in there. So then these will just come out, and that's how you get this look, and then you go ahead and you just use them up here on the top of your card. So we're going to put, you know what, I'm going to put this one on the glue dot. The other one's too small for a glue dot, but at least I won't lose that one for the moment. And we're going to grab dimensionals. And then let me back up 1 second and tell you. Okay, so for here, and this is how we're going to do it in class, is you get the piece of Poppy Parade. Again, the label is from the dies. It looks like this. And it can also be folded in half and used as a tag topper, how I've done it here. And turn this into a tag. So it can also be done this way. Here, I'm using it as the label that we're going to stamp on. And I emboss that, heat emboss with Versamark and white embossing powder. But I wanted to show you that if you don't care for that, or you don't want to, is I just took a little piece of, I should have my silicone mat out here, a little piece of white, and I just trimmed it down to the size of the sentiment, pretty much. I trimmed it pretty close to the sentiment right and left. And then top and bottom, I just made sure it was about the same size. And I think it's 1 5/8. Grab my ginormous ruler. Yeah, it's like 1 5/8. But if you didn't want to emboss, then you could just stamp it and then put it down like that, and it's going to look just as cute. All right, so let's grab some dimensionals and let's put this together. And then this card is done. And I don't want this collapsing, so we're going to put this together like this. Okay, and grab my little trash bin. Oops. Okay, now this is going to go just like this. Again, up about 1/4 of an inch and in maybe not quite 1/4. You can put it down however you want. Okay. And then this one I want to put down first. And I just laid it down to where you could only see white through the side. That's how far I went over. And then I came down from the top a little bit. Okay, because that part's going to get covered. Okay, and then we need dimensionals on here. Let's see, I've been using this, using my little edges here. Let's use a couple. And like that. And I'm going to take a little bit of my liquid glue. I will try very hard to remember to put my friend Lisa's Etsy store in the description. But if you ever need a link to something, oh, how fun! An old car tour. out of West Texas. Well, I feel honored that you're taking a break to watch me. Tell Michael I said hello. I forgot what I was saying. Of course. That happens all the time. Oh, if you ever are looking for something and you can't find the link to it, something that I use, like maybe from Amazon, or, you know, like my friend Lisa, who makes a lot of the 3D printed things that I've shown you, the organizers. I'm just gluing this. Don't go all the way to the top because you don't want to glue the tip of your tree down, but that needs to go like that. And then I love her little glue holder. This is Lisa's. It goes in, you can use it separately, but it goes in a little caddy where I keep all of my most used supplies. Okay, so then this is going to come down. Let's see, I think I'll put him right here. Now, Gail, when you get back, you'll have club and Christmas class all packed up and ready for you to come pick up. Okay, let's take your pick tool. So I'm going to grab this big little star and put it here, and then I'm going to do the teeniest little piece with just a little, I'm going to try to just get a, yep, there we go, little bitty dot. And then I'm going to let that hang out for just a second. I've used two different embellishments, so you're just going to get a strip of what you need, but this is something else you could add to your order to get the other card kits for free, because I love these. These are the deer dots. This comes in your class, so I'm going to put this one here, and we'll put this one up here. And then I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to grab my tweezers to pick that up and just stick this up here in the corner. Just hold that down for just a second. Okay, and then all we have left to do is a little linen bow. And a glue dot. You can make this as big or as little as you want. And I'm going to show you how I placed it, because I wanted it to look like it was tied on, but when I actually did tie it on, I didn't like the way it looked. So you do what you want on your card. And then we'll trim the tails there in a second. Let's grab a little glue dot and see, I'm going to stick it up here at the top, and then it almost looks like it's tied on to the tag. And I kind of like the tails long like that, but you can do it however you want. Okay, so that goes in the bucket, and that is card number 1. Okay, so cute. All right, next up we got Santa. You're supposed to be resting. Well, hopefully this is relaxing. Look how cute the little Santa card is. Okay, so in your kit, we've got, now you're gonna have, if you got the class kit, if you bought the class kit, you'll see that they're from the same paper pack, but they're 2 different designs because they both work with each other. So they both work with this card, and it was a little more cost effective than me having to order a whole bunch more paper packs just so everybody would have the same. So you're gonna make 2 cards that are the same except your backgrounds, but it's still all the same colors, and they're very similar, and you might not have even noticed if I hadn't told you. Okay, so this one, everything is going to go down with some liquid glue or whatever your adhesive of choice is, and then we'll pop up the label and our snowman. Now I did go ahead and stamp my label, and let's color him really quickly. So let's put this in here. I want to be able to show them to you at the end though, so we'll hold one out. Okay, next bucket has blends. But like I said, I didn't do any shading, but in the bucket I always put the light in the dark because I have some ladies that are definite overachievers and like to do a lot of shading, which is great. I love it too. This was already a lot and the area is super small. I thought, I'm just gonna use the single color. So here I've done the light cherry cobbler on his hat, and then I'm gonna catch his little sleeves here. And we're gonna grab his suit and make that cherry cobbler as well. Be careful when you're going around his little beard, because I wanna make sure I leave that white. And I'll show you how I colored the other snowman on the other card that I made for my class that I did at Candy's Retreat, where we did a little bit of shading around. Kind of how I did it with the snowman. I just decided not to do it on this one, but I'll show it to you. Where are you, Mr. Snowman? Here we go. So I just took some smoky slate and went around his beard here, and his little mustache and the fur on his face, like my husband's has a fur. My husband has a furry face. So you can or not. It's up to you. Okay, so I took ivory and colored his face and his ears, and then traditionally, I think Santa has white gloves, like for pictures and stuff, right? But then he wears black or green, I guess, like when he's cold on the sleigh. I Googled it. What color are Santa's gloves? And I'm going to take this S100 and just do his nose, so it's just a little bit different. I decided to just make them black. You can do yours however you want. So this is light basic black. And then on his boots, I used the dark, and it doesn't matter. Maybe these are pants and you're on your Santa. I don't know. I kind of thought they were boots. Are they boots or is it his pants? What do you think? Okay, and then I took Winkostella, and on the furry parts of his hat and his little jacket, I just did some Winkostella. And that's it. All right, dimensionals, and we're done. All right, so this is quite a big label, so you know I'm gonna put a few. Get those off of there. And then we'll put a few on Mr. Santa here. I think he's cute. I know a lot of people are saying he looks like a lumberjack. Have you guys seen any alternatives where they're making him into something other than Santa? I haven't looked. I haven't looked for any, so. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to put this in the center like this, and then he's going to go centered above my sentiment. So you would have stamped that before, you know, cutting it out, or it's cut out for you if you got the kit. You would have stamped it before putting it on in cherry cobbler. And then there's our little dude. And then now I have the faceted snowflakes, and this is the cherry cobbler color. And we're going to put one there, and we'll put a little one down here, and then we'll put a big one up over here. Okay, and there we go. Card number 2 done. So cute. All right, now let's move on to the next one. We're still doing good on time. Okay, so now we've got our little elf, and I might, eventually do like a little Buddy the Elf card because I really wanted to, I really want to because it's one of my favorite movies this time of year is Elf. I love it. It makes me laugh. But I didn't want to do it for class because, you know, maybe it's not everybody's thing. And that's okay. All right. So next up. And this is how your card kits come too. All of your parts and pieces are down inside the envelope. And then your embellishments are in a separate little bag. Okay, so now for this card again, you have 2 pieces of white that are the same size. So one is for the inside. And I'm going to tell you in a second why that one is stamped and my sample is not. Because I'm giving you a different way to do it. So this is for the inside. Okay, and then we can put this one together. This is still that same pack of paper, that Elegant Snowflake. And this is going to go from right to left, flush, and then you're just going to center it top to bottom. And if for some reason yours sticks over, mine is a smidge. Not much, but let's, you know, it happens. Just cut that off before I stick it down. Okay, now for the class card, they're going to stamp and die cut our little elf and then stamp onto a die cut shape for the sentiment. And this is just an alternate way to do it. It's all the same parts and pieces, but I took the outside piece and stamped here in the corner in case you didn't want to cut him out. If you wanted to just stamp him on your circle, you could do that, but then there really wasn't a place for this tag, so I thought, well, I'll just stamp that here, and then that'll be okay. So let me show you how I colored this guy. I've got Shaded Spruce, Real Red, Crumb Cake, and S900 this time. Or flesh tones. The lowest number is the darkest color, which I've always thought was kind of backwards, but anyway, they start at 100 and go up to 1,000. And they come in combo packs, just like regular blends. So you get S1 and S2 in a combo, and then S3 and S4 is a combo, and so on. Kind of like our bronze and ivory is a combo. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to take, I used dark crumb cake, and I liked the way, I used light in the beginning, and then I really liked how the darker looked. But again, you can color your elf however you would like. Okay, and then one more little mitten here. I guess it's not a glove, it's a mitten. And then you could take and just give this a little extra color just to distinguish, you know, that it's his little hair up there, which I think I will. This is the light crumb cake. Okay, and then I've got the dark Shaded Spruce. I love, love, love Shaded Spruce. It tends to really only get used at Christmas time though. But whenever Stampin' Up! Puts it in our paper packs, you better believe I'm going to be using it, Christmas or not. This was part of our color refresh. Not this latest one, but the, I don't know. This latest one has been, what, 2 years or so? It was the one that was like 5 years before that. And they brought back Blueberry Bushel, and they introduced Shaded Spruce. I'm so excited about both of those colors. Okay, so there's that. And then I took Real Red. And I'm just going to color it in. Oh, you know what? I left his, like his little button. I colored that with the dark crumb cake too. So let me do that real quick before I color over it in red. Oh. Sometimes these blends are hard to open, right? Okay. So we'll just go around here. I like Real Red and Shaded Spruce. Of course, it also looks great with Cherry Cobbler. But I had already done Cherry Cobbler on Santa. And I don't have duplicates of all of my blends. Some I do. Like some I have extra, like a whole bunch of either the light or the dark because I use the other one more often. Do you guys have that too? But I don't typically have extra full sets of everything. So for class purposes, I wanted to make sure I was using separate or, you know, different colors so that people were not waiting or borrowing blends from another bucket. I mean, sometimes it happens, but sometimes, like, there's a lot of coloring. I'll give my class participants a list, and if they want to bring their own blends, they can do that too. So there we go. Okay, so now he's just going to go flat onto our circle, and then we're almost done. We just have one quick card, one more card to do. Hopefully these have all been kind of quick, right? And then out of habit, I'm just using the liquid glue. I'm still recuperating or getting my strength back, let's say that, from my wrist surgery at the end of July. So I'm doing very well. I just don't quite have all of the strength back. It doesn't hurt as much as it used to in the beginning, squeezing the bottle, and it certainly doesn't hurt like it did before the surgery. I got to a point where I couldn't squeeze the bottle at all. Okay, this is going to go here, and then this is going to go down on the front of the card. I do like the liquid glue because you get that second to kind of say, oops, that needs to go up or down. All right, and then let's grab some more dimensionals. I like to put 5 on this one, and I don't care. They're my dimensionals, right? You do you. Okay, now our little elf is going to go. I'm going to scoot him over a little bit more just because we don't have that. I want to make sure he's straight. Yeah. And then I'm going to take one of the silver stars. We put it on the little label up here, so let's just take it and put it down here instead. Our little gem, our little faceted snowflake is so cute. I'm going to leave this one out for, actually, yeah, because it's for the class. I want you guys to be able to see what I actually did. Okay, last one. Oops, that needs to go back in the book. Okay, so now we did the class that I taught at retreat. We did the squatty card for the squatty snowman. And so I wanted to do it again, but I made it even smaller because I just thought it was so fun, and it was just the perfect size. So this is just 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. And I thought it worked. I thought the proportion of everything worked really great. It's still, you would still put it in a regular envelope. All right, so now in here, you're gonna be careful with your white pieces. If it's meant, if you get a kit from me and you're meant to stamp on it, the corner of the piece is gonna be clipped. So that's your message from me that, hey, this is the piece you stamp on, like you're gonna stamp and die cut something. However, in this instance, we don't have that. So you've got, again, 2 pieces of white. One's a little bigger. The bigger one goes on the inside, because the bigger one is the same size as that garden green that goes on the outside. So let's just drop this down in here, give it a crease with our bone folder, and then I want to take, see the smaller piece frames inside that garden green, but I want to put my I want to stamp first. So if I mess up, I can cover it with a piece of the DSP. So hopefully I can get this straight, but I'm going to have to stand up and hope that my head doesn't get in the camera. So let's see. So I'm just going to kind of go up here in this upper quadrant and hope that, ha! Awesome. That's called winning. Okay, yay. All right, I'll clean that in just a sec. Okay, so if I had made a boo-boo, thank you, Gail. I'm glad you like them. You still would have had, well, 3 more chances because your paper will cover it up. So, you know, there's always a fix for it. And I do really love, I think my favorite pattern is this backside, but I used it a bunch and already. Oh, what did I just do? Oh my God, you guys. What a moron. Okay, well, we're just going to stamp it again. Okay. Huh. Wow, that wasn't supposed to happen. Let's see. Can I do it again? Not bad. Okay, now, don't put your paper over it. Okay. Tell you, I get so excited and get to moving so fast sometimes that I just, yeah. I like the liquid glue for this part because I can kind of scooch them around like I'm too far over. And this one has already been laying down. So let's see if I, oops, nope. Okay, well, we're just going to be a little off and don't, okay. I was doing so good. Okay. We're just going to put this back down like that. And then this is just going to be a little off-centered, and that's okay. You will go slower and dry fit yours a little better. And I want to do it this way so that the snowflakes kind of are in the same line. It still looks cute. I just have a little more space over here than I wanted, but that's okay. All right, and then this will go down onto our garden green. Well, we almost made it with no mistakes, right? But hey, it happens. It happens to me all the time. Okay. I can't believe that I didn't tell you in the beginning with my other announcements that Stampin' Up! Has a fantastic join special at the moment. So if you want to get your Stampin' Up! Supplies at a discount and get a heck of a deal for a very inexpensive price, October is the time to do it. I'm going to set up a little Q&A video. We'll do a live and where I'm going to talk about what it means to purchase a starter kit, what that entails, the different aspects of it, what you get once you are a demonstrator, when you join my team, yeah, and all of that. So make sure you're part of my email list so that you don't miss the information about joining my little community. I have a very active upline who hosts meetings once a month on Zoom. There's challenges throughout the month. There's a very active Facebook group with challenges. There's business training if you want it, if you wanted to make a little money, if you want to learn how to do different things. But if you want to just be a happy shopper and get a discount, that's okay too. Yeah, I got all kinds of fixes, Gail. Trust me. Okay, now, but yeah, here I was talking about, oh, if you mess up, then you could do this. And then I didn't mess up, but then I, yeah, tried to cover it, my non-mess up. Okay, so in your kit, you're going to get a strip of these. So on this card, I did the small ones. I only have 2 left, so I'm going to do the big ones this time. Or you could do a big one and then 2 small ones, whatever you want to do, whatever look you like. Or maybe you get more of these and you know, do them, or you know, do different sizes, or you could do different colors. but you're going to get 1 strip of each of these colors. The red probably would have looked good, but we'd already used it, and in your kit you wouldn't really have enough. So, but anyway, there we go. Mistake fixed. There we go. Just don't tell anybody. Okay. So, if you have any questions about what it means to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, or if you want to become a part of my community, my Stampin' Up! Team, we're called the Lone Star Chicks. I love it. And my upline, Candy Rattray, is Sweet Stamper, and she's amazing. And I've met so many friends through Stampin' Up! That I would not have, I wouldn't have in my life. Gail Shockey is on here, being one of them. My best friend, Susan Carlson. And just say some prayers for her. I'm not really sharing what's happening with her at the moment, but if you're on Southern Sweet Stampers, you know. If you don't know, you can go over there and read the prayer request. But yeah, I've met every single person that's in my life right now is because of Stampin' Up! And I'm just so very grateful. And I love being a part of this wonderful company. They're not going anywhere. And they really offer a lot of support. And yeah, it's just a great community to be a part of. And if you love crafting and you're buying stuff anyway, why wouldn't you just buy them at a discount? And then if you join in October, you can join at any time, but during October is the special. You can get $125 worth of product and pay $35 plus tax. They ship it to you for free, plus you get a past paper pumpkin kit, which is a $20 value. I'm not sure what the shipping is. What's 11% of $125? There's also a bigger one that if you want $189 worth of product, you can get that for $99. So the normal kit is $125 for $99. Right now they've got $125 for $35 or $189 for $99. So it depends. Maybe you've been waiting to purchase that Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. You can get that in the bigger kit, because that's $140, and you would still have $49 to pick up anything else you want. You get to purchase whatever you want. You get to 100% pick what goes in your starter kit. And so these are things that I'm going to be talking about in the little Q&A that I'm going to be hosting. I'm not sure of the date yet. It might be Friday evening. I just have to wait and see what's kind of happening. But make sure you're part of my email list. That's how you get to stay in the know about all things happening. I love you too, my friend. Thank you. And yeah, so all of the links to everything that I talked about, free shipping, joining my team, getting this class to go, or coming in person. I still have room for you if you want to come this in person on Saturday. Hey, Yolanda. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like them. Club, the free kit with purchase during free shipping, all of that kind of stuff. Everything will be in the description above. And so I hope that if you're just joining, you'll go back and watch the replay. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. I so appreciate it. And I love the community that we are building here. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.